Hey, welcome back. We are at the Regulators Weekly MountUp. And just like that, my graphics disappeared. So let's see if we get those bad boys back. So how's it going, guys? Welcome.
Man, appreciate it. It's good. It's going good.
What's happening, Scott?
Hey, another great day. Lots of stuff happened in the last 2 weeks since we had to skip last week due to my schedule. Lots happened. Lots of announcements. Great stuff going on. But hey, Coach Solo, why don't you introduce who we got with us?
Say, man, I wouldn't know, ain't no introduction needed, but this is the man in charge, the head man, the owner, the man behind everything that's running the show, the man Chris.
How y'all
Boss
doing?
man. I call him the boss man because he is the boss man. But Chris, he's a great guy, been a great owner, one of the best I done had, probably the best I done had so far. As a player and as a coach. This is my first year coaching, so I appreciate the opportunity you gave me.
Stop it.
But real talk, man. Chris is a
guy.
great guy. He's been doing the great things. Been trying to make everything comfortable for us and making the players' life comfortable here.
But that says a lot because you've been with a lot of really good franchises over the years.
Real talk. I'm not just saying that because I have been around a lot, seen a lot of things. And for him to be a new guy to this game, whatever, he's doing a great job and making great strides.
So welcome, Coach B. How are you doing today?
I'm chilling, man. Coach B just being Coach B. I had to put on my Cowboy stuff for Solo because he a Packers fan. So
I'm an Aaron Rodgers fan, not a Packers fan. Get it right, man.
Oh, here we go, man.
Oh, that's even worse. Now you're a Jets fan?
You're a Jets fan now.
Hey, we just picked up Mike Williams, though, man. I'm kind of happy. So.
Oh, here we go, man.
Yeah.
Oh man, Aaron Rodgers costs as much as a Super Bowl commercial.
Hey, he do cost a lot.
We were going to try to put a Super Bowl commercial in for the Regulators, but it was just a little steep, just a little bit.
Yeah,
I'd imagine so. Just a little out of the price range,
slightly.
Yeah.
but again, welcome. Glad you were able to join us today. So we got to cover what all we missed because, like I said, we missed some good stuff in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, what's going on?
Well, most importantly, we got a national broadcast deal officially announced.
Correct.
Yes,
So we're going to be on the NFL Network. I mean, it's familiar territory for AFL fans.
Yeah,
but there's a lot of markets going to be getting some. Maybe the first time some of these people have seen some of a town like Wichita, a town like Billings, Dodge City, Salina. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a neat opportunity for some of these markets. Like, hey, I didn't even know the city existed, let alone they got football playing here. You know?
Yeah, you're right, though. No, it's gonna be a pretty cool deal for all the players and coaches. I mean, for a lot of players, I'm sure they ain't get this experience to play on the national stage level, besides in college. So for some rookies to come in and being able to play on NFL Network, that's pretty big, man, for real.
Yeah, it really is. And for our home game to be against the Philadelphia Soul, which is legendary team in the AFL.
Yeah, that's gonna be pretty cool.
Yeah, that alone is going to bring people in watching and say, "Oh, I remember Philly Soul." Everybody still thinks Bon Jovi owns them, but hey, whatever gets them to tune in, right?
Yeah, you're right. Whatever gets you to tune in and watch,
I think the last time the nation heard anything about Wichita was in the movie Planes, Trains, and Automobiles from the 80s. When he gets redirected from New York to Wichita and has to stay there in the Braidwood Inn.
Or was it the AC/DC song?
Yeah, that's right. With the cab driver. Yeah.
So, I mean, so it's a cool opportunity. So, especially with these players, you got a lot of guys coming from, mostly indoor football, from guys come from elsewhere as well, but a lot of indoor football player guys that haven't had a chance to be on, haven't had this kind of exposure before. I mean, what a cool opportunity for these guys to actually play, for the network that, is the ultimate goal for everybody is to get to the NFL itself.
Right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're hoping we're really excited about the opportunity with the AFL. I really feel like at this point, what we're hoping to achieve this year would be that they are like the step down from the NFL. That we've got guys, from the NFL looking at our players, throughout the whole league and saying, hey, this guy might be somebody we need. This is somebody we could plug in, into an NFL offense or defense. So that's exciting. Just the opportunity that these guys have.
No, that's got to be easier when you're coming to them. It's still all the scouts know the NFL Network. They all have access to the
Yeah.
NFL Network.
Right.
They don't have to seek us out because we're right there. Where they pay attention.
Yeah, you're right.
So what a great opportunity for sure. I mean, so anything special planned for that game? Anything you can leak, or maybe it's too early, but
little too early. There's a lot of moving parts to putting a season together. As Coach said earlier, I'm new to this game. We had a great independent season last year, and put together just a great show, an exciting time for our fans, for our players. Coming up to this game, right now we're focused on game one. I sound like a coach right now. We're focused on our next game, right? But we're focused on the next game coming up. Come June 8th, we're going to be we're going to see if we can pull some tricks out of our sleeve, a rabbit out of a hat, and really show up and show out. But we want to do that for the whole season. That's the idea for the whole season. So, in my mind, I hope that June 8th is no different than, the rest of the games this season, packed house and lots of fun and entertainment and fun and
W's.
And some W's. I leave that up to Coach here. That's why he's here, because he's got the track record. So,
and the commissioner mentioned he wants to have halftime shows and bands and things. We're starting to get those guys lined up. Again, I want to let the cats out of the bag too early, but
yeah, I can neither confirm nor deny that we have anything lined up to that just yet. But yeah,
things are in the works.
Things are in the works.
Yeah. I haven't got a chance to really get up there, Scott, but some of the things I had planned in Iowa, I'm gonna get with Chris and Solo and do up there. As you know, Tech 9 is my son's uncle, so he was willing to come and do a show in Iowa. So now I'm in Wichita. We might have Tech come up there. I used
to hang out with Tech Anita back in the day, but back in Lawrence when I went to KU, he used to play there was a bar called Abe and Jake's that he used to come play at, and we had some fun together before and after those shows.
Yes, sir.
So and Coach B knows my dream situation is that we get Tech involved in an ownership group here in Kansas City.
You already know. I talked to him about it, so it's up in the air, man. That's up to the Lee Hutton and them to do their thing after I make the introduction.
He's a perfect candidate for it, for sure.
Oh yeah, the guy loves sports. He loves Kansas City, and I'll tell you what, that strange music logo would look sharp on the side of a helmet.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Red Kingdom.
No. So that's my dream situation. I'd love to see him involved.
I'm gonna get with Chris and them too. I got Corion's coming with me, so I got my Kansas City Chiefs scout. I told him I'd get him tickets, him and a couple other scouts from the Chiefs, to our first home game and to that game on NFL Network. So he's ready to look at some players on our roster and see if he can bring them up for a workout. And just some of those connections I had that I was putting together up there, I'm bringing to Wichita. You already know, Scott. We talked about it. It's some big things that's going to be ongoing. And the Chiefs, I went up there to the facility and talked with Corion, and they are on board with anything we got, especially if we got some players that'll fit their mode.
The Chiefs definitely need some people who could actually catch a ball this year. They struggled with that a couple times.
I got plenty of some playmakers out here now.
So,
you got to give Solo a minute. He's got to have his sugar fix. Every time I look around, he's eating fruit or candy or something.
I stay with candy.
He don't stop eating, man.
I love candy.
He's always got fruit. He's always walking around with a jar of pears.
It could be a lot worse, that's for sure.
He stays healthy. You should see him. He's a specimen.
We're skin and bone, man.
So we're hearing Tech might be on the fringes. I'm assuming anybody else we bring in is going to be, similar-ish level of recognized names. Is that fair to say?
That's fair to say.
So
yeah, awesome. I mean, It's just like any other AFL game, man. The excitement you're gonna get at halftime shows, you're gonna get here in Wichita. Every week it's gonna be something different. I'm pretty sure we're gonna have bands playing, people dancing, different type of games, giveaways. We got a lot of stuff informed. We got a lot of stuff. I mean, it's a lot been playing since I've been here anyway, and so it's gonna be a show. First, second quarter, then you're gonna get you a halftime show, and then we're gonna get you another third and fourth quarter show. So the whole time you're in Harbin Arena, you're gonna get a show, baby, for real.
Well, they always said that the best run AFL teams were always basically 2.5 hour long commercials with a little bit of football spread in between them. Those are the teams that do well. The ones that have the sponsors that you just have to plug the entire game.
Yeah,
that's exactly right. From an ownership standpoint, that's been our goal. We started this thing. It's for the community, and Wichita's got a really great tight knit community. Very, very proud to be here, and with community comes something for people to want to go and do that doesn't cost them an arm and a leg. So we said, we want to put this together. There's a football game going on. If we're successful, then we're winning games. But when people leave, they're like, who won? Like, we just had so much fun. We watched the game. We saw all these, long passes and touchdowns. But man, you remember that thing that happened at timeout, and that, the people that came out at halftime, and, we saw, monkeys riding, bicycles and, whatever it is that we can come up with. But, it is about entertainment and fun. And, but, we're obviously, we want to be competitive, and we want people to get behind. The community really got behind us last year, our first year independent, and just had a great time. We got great players. Solo played for us last year. This guy is like a baby whisperer, man. When kids see Solo, they flock to him. It's because he's got a real genuine spirit. So, we were happy to bring him on and just continue what we started and make this thing for our fans and players and everybody, and just make it a family and community deal.
I always talk about the AFL's about relationships and personalities, and just entertainment in general. Like you said, I've been to many, many, many AFL games where my team hasn't won, but I came out having a great time.
Yeah,
and that's the kind of cool part about this game. It's hard for a Chiefs fan to go to a Chiefs game, lose, and walk out of the stadium happy and enjoying themselves.
Yeah,
but it's about being a professional, and as a professionals, we're supposed to give you a show on and off the field. So that's what you're supposed to get, and that's what we're gonna give you in Wichita every week, and then week in, week out, you're gonna get a show. You're gonna have fun, like he said. What you say, Scott? Husbands buy the season tickets, but wives renew the season tickets. So if we can make that wife happy and she want to bring her kids every week, then we know we guarantee that next year she's going to come back and tell her husband, hey, we had fun. That's something we got to put on our calendar.
Yeah.
Perfect example of that, honestly, is a guy here on the team, a ball hawk. We got to know him last year in Topeka. Yeah. And my son took to him. He was 3 years old at the time. Took to him instantly, and he picked him up at one point on the sidelines before the game. Was walking him down the field, and he was high fiving other people. Man, it made his day. He still talks about that kind of stuff.
Nah, and Archie's big. Archie big with that. That's shout out to Dwayne. Shout out to Archie Ballhawk. He's big with that. He's one of the greats to do that. Like he knows the game is about fans. He knows about the kids. So you can entertain those kids and keep these fans with a smile on their face and high fiving and talking crap to the other team, man. That's even when you're away. You know what I'm saying? When you go to away games, I used to have fun with away fans all the time, man. I have respect for all the fans, no matter what. Even though, they booed me or, they was going against me. At the end of the day, at the end of the game, they was respectful. Like, Solo, we enjoyed watching you play. To hear somebody say they enjoyed watching you play, that goes a long way. So that's what I tell my players, man. We're going to be professionals on the field, but also off the field. And we're gonna give them a show and enjoy it and let them enjoy this show. We're gonna give them.
We do a fan tunnel. We bring kids down at the beginning of the game. The players come out and they slap hands with the kids. The kids are catching balls in the stands and then coming down afterwards. We have the players get out on the field, in chairs and we give them a Sharpie and they sign either the program or a hat they bought or a ball they caught. And I mean, these kids, I mean, that is monumentous to them. And our players are about it, and that's what we make sure when we vet our players. Hey, this is what we're about. Are you guys about this? You got to be. And Solo is the perfect candidate to coach those guys to do that.
Exactly. It's about those personalities, having those kind of the right people that I always say get the game, because there's more to it than just the X's and O's. It's again, it's about the relationships and how you build those relationships. And I look back to people like Ron James, great coach. I've never had any. He's never been a coach of one of my teams, but after I met him one time, every time since I've seen him, hey Scott, how's it been? It's great to see you.
Yeah.
Having that kind of connection with fans is huge, and it sticks with people, and they want to come back and they want to follow you.
Yeah.
Wherever Coach James goes in his future, I will be following him.
Yeah.
I mean, Solo, you've been to some of our teams.
While you're on that, I'll give you a good example. In 2010, I actually we had a team here called the Wichita Wild, and Solo played for them amongst some other couple guys that I knew that were friends of mine. And so I was at that time I was the sponsor. I was the guy with the banner out there and got 4 season tickets or whatever. And that they closed down shortly after that. But when I heard that we could get Solo to come back last year to play, I was like, I remember that dude. Like, I remember him from 2010. Like, he was the guy. I remember him catching balls, and I just remember his attitude. It was his attitude and just the fun that he had when he played. And it's infectious. And really, true story. I was like, I know that guy.
Yeah.
But we can't talk about that season in the IFL, Chris. Solo know why. We the team they knocked us out the playoffs that year in Bloomington, in Wichita.
Hey, I did get you out of that 4th and 15 catch across the middle.
Hey, come on, bro. Don't start. Don't start. You already know how it is, bro.
Hey,
don't start.
Yes,
hey, we had Hartman rocking though. Y'all almost sold out that night.
Yeah, we did. Now that's when football. But that's what it's gonna be like. You know what I'm saying? That's the atmosphere we're trying to get back to, man. Back in them days, Hartman used to be rocking. So we're trying to bring the same atmosphere, the same excitement, the same craziness we used to have back then. Because we're gonna have the talent.
Kelly with Dante.
Yeah, for
real. Had Dixie. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I mean? That's
now he a great coach. You know what I'm saying?
Great coach. Coach Q. He coached with Dixie. So you getting that same type of caliber that you had down there with Dixie was playing. So it's the same thing, man. We gonna have fun. Scott, you know how it was in Kansas City when Solo was here.
Oh,
we didn't win much, but nobody cared about us winning.
We had a great time.
Having fun. Yeah.
Yep. And that's what I was gonna say. I've known both these guys here now for what, 11-ish years or so.
Yeah, for real.
And Solo and I hadn't really kept in touch, but then the second we hopped on this stream the first night, it's like, done.
By the way, Solo, you owe me some rent money, man. What's his name? What was the owner name, Scott? He been running
Jeremy.
Jeremy Plurd tried to run for president. He tried to run for president, man. Come on, man.
Oh my God, that man really had little man syndrome, boy.
Oh, that was something else.
Yeah, Jesus.
Hey,
I'm still a little bit sore about losing that whole tailgate of the year. Oh man, they paraded us out there on the field just to give it to the cheerleader's dad. I'm like, are you kidding me?
That was a year.
We had fun. We had an NFL roster, but just didn't have the ownership. When you got right ownership, everything else fall together, man.
But now that's why I'm telling y'all, man, we good. It's just a stepping stone with Chris, because Chris building something real special, and I'm happy to be a part of it. You know what I'm saying? And like I was saying, when you look back at times like that in KC, you appreciate things what you have, like what I got right now. You know what I'm saying? So even with the living situation, I went by and looked at the crib the day these boys set. You know what I'm saying? Like it's top tier for them to have their own little area, our own little section of just for our players. You know what I'm saying? And I'm looking back, when you think about the times over here in Wichita, we stayed at the Best Western, or when we stayed in, well, I didn't. I ain't gonna talk about where I stayed, but we stayed in the Best Western. And then you had some players standing in Kansas City, big. We were hopping from hotel to hotel. We was in hotels that didn't even have electricity at times, man.
Man, what? Remember the players got bed bugs.
For real. So when
they tried to kick us out.
Yeah, when we see what we got now and what I looked at today, I was like, man, I just looked up like it's a blessing. And I can't thank him enough for doing what he's been doing and having these players set like they is, because it's gonna make players want to come here when they see how Wichita got things going. For real.
And that was something big, man. What I tell you, Solo, one thing I want for the players and for us, because we never got the chance to do that except in certain places, and is what? Food, housing,
and medical,
and make sure they get their money.
They get
And
money.
as long as the ownership doing that, I'm good with that, because as a professional player, that's all you want to do. You know what I'm saying?
Especially in this game, you got
you know what I'm saying?
Yep. It's crazy. Arena football get crazy now.
You know, I got to pull out my old psychology degree here for a minute. They got Maslow, right? You know, if you're familiar with this guy, he's got this whole pyramid structure. You got to have your base needs. You got to be safe and have a place to live and know where your food's coming.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you can build on that and have all your needs eventually taken care of to where you can perform at your peak.
Yes.
You know,
yes.
It's a real thing. You know, when you don't know where you're going to be living next week, you don't know, you know, the owner's going to throw a bunch of frozen burritos at your feet and say, "Here's your food for the week."
Yeah.
You know, which unfortunately has happened.
I like frozen burritos.
I do too, but man, I don't want to live off especially if I got to perform.
You know?
For real.
Those Totino's pizzas are pretty good too.
Now those I could probably live off of, actually.
Man, our players already talking about who gonna cook what and who gonna have it. We got some chefs on our team, so we looking forward to these boys cooking.
Chefs on the squad, man. They was already talking about.
We talking about food. We got some boys that's gonna actually cook, so we're gonna see what's up.
Maybe I could have you guys set up the tailgate, man. I'm thinking about this here.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, I still haven't. I need to match up all my schedules. You know, I'm covering 2 teams this year, so I'm gonna try to make as many games as I can. So I haven't figured out how many games I'll make yet, but I'll be there.
Man.
No, it's all good. You know what? I've had season tickets of 2 teams before. I've done it. I could do it again. So,
one thing
what's your wife going to say about that? That's the question.
You know what? She'll be fine with it.
She said she loved Coach B, so that's the thing. Like,
that's why I ain't got no ring on here.
His wife is one of the reasons why we got this show, Chris. Am I lying, Scott?
Okay, all right. Yep. Here you go, Scott.
Hey, she told me, she said, "Coach B, it's okay for y'all to do it." I said, "Well, thank you." You know what I mean?
She's keeping the dogs and the kids under control upstairs,
yep.
so I can do this.
Yeah.
No, you know what? I actually did a game in. We had like a noontime 1 o'clock game in Kansas City. Second that clock hit 0, I hauled up the stairs, got in the car, went straight to Des Moines for a Barnstormer game. Got there in time for the national anthem.
Oh, I heard you talking about that.
So, I mean, I can do it. I've done worse. So.
Yeah, I've done worse. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy.
So yeah, I think, like I said, my record I think is 25 games in one season.
So impressive.
Doing good.
It was a lot of doubleheader weekends. It was a good time. I'm getting a little too old for that now, but still a good time,
bro. That's a lot of moving.
Oh, look, Greg says over here, Little Caesar $5 pizzas. Thanks, Greg.
Nah, Greg, I got some big boys. I don't think they're gonna be eating that shit.
That's a $5 pizza per person, maybe.
Yeah, for real.
Scott, you heard they going back to the original AFL rules.
Going back to the original AFL rules, yep. So, two specialists.
Oh yeah, I got the sheet today. We got 4 specialists total. 2 specialists.
4 specialists. So they stretch it out a little bit.
No, 2 on offense,
it's
2
the
on
same,
defense.
2 on
defense. 2 each.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So you got 4 total. It's back to basically what we played when we AFL.
Yeah, it's just a little bit different. That's all. Like some rules is tweaked from 2012.
Yeah.
One thing I'm liking, and I think we've touched on this a little bit, is the kicking game. That the kickers have a little bit more of a impact now.
Yeah, because they can get them 2 points for you. So
2 points, but they can also lose you a point.
They can get that money. Yeah, they can. Yes, they can.
They can lose you a point. They kick that ball out of bounds. That's a point for the other team.
Mm-hmm.
So you know, they've got to still keep it still keep it in balance. It can't
I
have
like
any.
I like that because you don't have. Come on, man. You acting like solo.
Come on, man.
Nah,
was
for really,
Solo.
that's gonna keep it live because you got to keep it in play. So you're gonna get a return. You're gonna get a crazy hit off a bar or something. So that's just. I mean, in my mind, that's just more excitement for the game. Keep it
Well,
in
and yeah,
play.
but that's what I'm liking though is you got that kicker, and they just have their fluke moment where it goes off their foot slightly wrong and out at the 2 yard line.
Next
Out
thing
of
you know,
bounds at the 2 yard line.
Hey,
That
that's
1 point's huge.
now you know the game tied up 28-28 with 3
Mhm.
seconds left to go. You mad as hell now.
yeah,
Mhm.
that's a big end zone. They better not miss. I mean, I don't think I can miss that.
Nah, that's a lot. You got some.
He said, I don't think I can.
I tried kicking a field goal at Las Vegas game. It didn't go well.
You know, had a Stephen A. moment.
I was wearing army boots too, so that didn't help any. But and he stood the ball straight up and down, so I couldn't get my foot under it at all. So it just line drive into the wall.
The crazy thing about it though, Scott, it ain't easy kicking that deuce. It's not easy as people think it is. Like everybody can't kick it through the uprights on the kickoff every time.
I mean, laces out, Dan.
Laces
out, right? We're talking a 58-yard field goal between 9-foot wide uprights. They're also 15 feet high. They're 5 feet higher than the NFL too.
So let me tell you this though: if you a kicker out there and you want to make it to the league, your ass better learn. You better be consistent with making them things because if you can make those, just imagine what you can do in the NFL game with them wide open posts.
Aim small, miss small.
Hey,
well, and there are a lot of teams that practice with the old AFL nets. I want to say Dallas actually does that. They put up the big AFL nets in their practice field.
No kidding.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's still used by a lot of NFL teams because if you can hit that regularly, you're not gonna have a problem with the wide.
You ain't gonna have no issues kicking the NFL go.
So
the AFL game is fit for offenses and kickers.
Mm-hmm.
Defense, you just honing your craft. That's all you're doing.
I feel like it even gets you, like I said, honing your craft. But I think it even gets you that much sharper on a defensive standpoint because you're having to play man. You've got no one else to rely on. Yeah, it's you and the receiver. Period.
Yeah, ain't no zone playing, man, for the regulators, baby. So you already got our blueprint to our defense, but we locked down Charlie Brown all the way around. You feel me?
Well, they already knew when Coach B was in Iowa. I told them what we coming at. Put your 3D glasses on every week. I'm locking it up, man. Man, we don't run from smoke. We bring smoke. We don't run from it.
We locking the doors and we playing man to man across the board, and we're gonna go from there.
So go back in what was it, 2007-ish when they changed the unlimited substitution rules.
Yeah,
everyone thought the scoring would go through the roof because you got specialists. It didn't at all.
It actually slowed down a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So all of a sudden you got guys that weren't tired at the end of the game. Back in the Iron Man days, you used to see like teams come back from 21 points in the last 2 minutes of the game. That pretty much ended when they did unlimited substitution.
I know. Back then, it wasn't no safe lead at any given point. You can be down 21 points with 2 minutes there, like you say, and the game can change within a blink of an eye just because of onside kicks and stuff like that. But
onside kicks and also players just being tired.
Tired, fatigued. You know what I'm saying? You don't wore me down for the whole game. So now it's like, shit, can I make this extra play or no?
You got that receiver who been going. He done caught high motion all day. High motion all day. He done caught 3 or 4 tugs. At the end of the game, you can't tell me that man ain't gonna be tired. So
he's gonna be gassed, but he knows where he's going. Yeah. The defensive back is also gassed, doesn't know where he's going.
Yeah, really. I mean, I like it, but I don't because now it's something more you got to keep up with as a coach.
Mm-hmm.
To me personally, I'd rather just go like the league was when I was with the Chicago Rush. What was that, 2008 or 9? What was it, 8 they folded?
That was 9. 8. Yeah, that was 8.
Mm-hmm. When they folded 8, I was with the Rush. That time the game was fun. You know what I'm saying? We had two-way players, but they didn't have to go two-way like Alonzo and D-Rob. You know what I'm saying? We had guys like that, but I don't know. The way the game is now, man, I just want to coach and play. My boys play ball. I gotta worry about substituting shit. So that's gonna be up to my coaches to make sure that shit happen.
And
Man,
that's
it's
difficult.
gonna do what it do. It
Yeah.
ain't it's not that difficult at all. It just gotta really manage, and
It's when you
you
get that
gotta tell
injury
your
that it gets
players.
difficult.
Oh, now when
Yo,
you get an
if you get an
injury, now
injury,
that
it's another
hey,
game.
Mm-hmm.
now I
You
leave
got to
that up
pull
to my
somebody you've
head
already
coach when he get
subbed.
an injury.
Yeah, so you've already subbed somebody out. That guy gets injured. Now what? Now your backup quarterback's coming in to play receiver. you know?
Say, and hey, your backup quarterback gonna be an athlete. I'm telling you. So
Yeah, that's what it gotta be. You gotta have
yeah,
a backup quarterback who can play receiver and throw the ball. I'm just
yeah.
telling you that, and say your roster spot too on that roster.
You said I was playing backup quarterback.
Nah, man, get them days over with. Just
My
like
Get
my
days
ready
are
for
over.
receiver too.
just like my days of quarterback and receiver over with, baby. Your days over with.
It ain't over till it's over.
It's over, baby. Shake hands and smile and take pictures.
All
man.
right, fine.
I think they were talking about bringing Trevor up in Iowa, bringing him as fullback in short yardage situations. So
Oh
He's a
wow.
big man. He's a
he
big man.
is. He's bigger than most of the guys on the team for sure.
Yeah, he's a big dude.
By far.
Hey,
So,
what up, baby?
man, just looking through chat. I appreciate everybody jumping in. Uh, yeah, Temple Lee coming in here. Most players have the talent, but not the stamina. I think that's huge. I mean, that's going to be the big thing.
Solo told him off the jump. Like we had a chat and we was talking about it. If you ain't game ready, don't even show up because you might get cut the first day or two if you're not coming in shape. We ain't got
No,
time to
Mike.
get you in shape
Hey,
at
no,
all.
Mike. You gotta go because you wasted my time. And at this point, we ain't got time to waste because all we gotta do is get in the plays and get it going. You gotta know how to. You gotta know where you gotta know things. And I feel like if you out of shape, that's just one hurdle you gotta get over. That you ain't got time to trying to get over right now. So if you ain't coming in shape,
It's gonna be hard on you mentally to try to get in shape and learn the playbook at the same time. Somewhere you're gonna fail at. So hey, this game is this a different ball game. That's why they call it the AFL.
So this is a true professional league. You're getting professional wage. You're getting professional accommodations. This is
nah, it's
truly
pro.
professional.
When you sign your name on a contract, and I tell players when you sign your name on a contract and you getting paid for it, there's a difference. All right, some guys get paid in they quote unquote semi-pro leagues. That ain't professional. What you
Nah,
seeing right now in the AFL, that is a professional league. You're on national television. You're on big stages. You're in front of multi-million owners. You know what I'm saying? You're in front of people that got things going. This ain't playground. This ain't what Uncle Tommy and them doing back at home and Chris and them doing now. This is real legit
no.
stuff. And so that's why I tell my players, man, you gotta treat that like that. Ain't no out the field troubles because that can get you dismissed. You just gotta come ready and come prepared like you ready for the NFL. Because if they see how you acting on or off the field and they don't think you're a professional, they're not gonna bring you up. They're gonna leave you right where you at.
Well, and and I'm going to take that even a step further. Is yes, there is signing a contract, you start getting paid, you're professional. But this league compared to some of the indoor leagues, you're talking 4 to 5 times
More
the
money.
amount of money. You're
Yeah,
talking about going from a per hour rate that's less than minimum wage to
exactly.
a legitimate, $1,000 a week minimum.
Minimum.
I mean,
But
that's a huge jump in quality.
at
That's
the
a huge
same
jump
time,
in professionalism.
it's a job at the same time. So at a
Mhm.
job, you can't just do what you want at any job you go to anyway. So you got to carry yourself professionally at a job at all times. And that's one thing as a professional athlete, you gotta go the extra mile. You can't your social media gotta be professional, you know what I'm saying? All that. Like we told the boys, you gotta clean up your social media. What makes you think a sponsor who coming to see you play or buying into what you gonna do want to go on your social media and see you doing whatever you want to do? They don't want to see
Mhm.
that. What makes you think they're gonna spend their money next year on you or a player or that team?
Mhm.
Why? It's a million other teams, a million other professional athletes who fit their mold and they brand and what they trying to push their brand to go sponsor. So if you're thinking about NIL deals or things like that, you gotta promote yourself as a professional athlete.
Well, and don't risk your franchise. You guys got a great place to stay. If you're doing something stupid on social media and the team loses that,
Oh
man,
yeah.
you're hurting everybody,
Hurting everybody
not
for
just
real.
you.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, social media, it's I think we're getting into the age where people are the players are getting old enough now. They grew up with this stuff, so I think they're getting a little better with it. They're knowing kind of more how to handle things, where to post things, how to post things, what not to post. But I mean, that was definitely a huge challenge for quite a few years from the groups that grew up without that stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean that's it's all about professionalism at that point. Like you pretty much nailed it right there.
Yeah.
So, Chris, we kind of blew right past you. I wanted to ask you, why Wichita? Why the AFL? Why are we doing all this?
Well, Wichita is not my hometown, but I'm official Wichitan now for 20 plus years. So I've been here for a while. Why Wichita? But Wichita has had teams in the past. The Wichita Wild that these guys played with, that was probably the most successful organization that we've had in this town. It was very well embraced. It was well run. It was and it was a good time. If you were a fan or a sponsor, you just really enjoyed being a part of it and being out there. I one of my partners, Tion, played, and he's been involved and we just got a couple years ago we got approached about doing something a little bit different and with a different team, and we said, I think the right thing to do is to do this the right way from scratch, and do it for the right reasons in the right way for the community, for that same kind of thing. And we really we definitely didn't reinvent the wheel. I mean, I think the Wichita Wild really had a good thing, and would still be in existence if no names or anything, but the owner that had it was just done and didn't want to do it anymore. So he just basically closed it down. But it was at a really good spot when he did. So we kind of wanted to say we can do that again. We can do that again. And so that's what we did. And my owners, my partners, our staff, our players, our coaches, our fans, we cannot pound the word community into people enough. It's about community, and yes, doing it for the community, but being a community, and being a family. That's really what it's all about, and that's what we've strived for from the beginning, and we will continue to. The question we ask ourselves: is it beneficial to all concerned? Is it beneficial to all concerned? Is it beneficial to our players, to our staff, to our fans, to our sponsors? Our partners that are helping us do this. Our goal is for players to be calling us and saying, hey, do I have a spot on the team next year because it was awesome? Our sponsors calling us and saying, we can't wait for next year. How do we get started? How do we, don't forget about us. Let's get back in there. Our fans going, hey, when do season tickets go on sale? And so that we all, and that's really what we created last year, even in an independent situation. And we want to continue that moving forward. We have a great ownership group. My partners are fantastic. Our staff is fantastic. We have meetings in this room, our staff, and it's just, when everybody comes in, it's just a good feel. I mean, it's just a good vibe.
Nah, real tough.
And so we're just excited about that. The reason for the AFL, why the AFL? Why the AFL? We joined the CIF, and the CIF had some prior to us joining, they had some disbanding, and that is the other part. A great family is the other ownership groups that came with us from the CIF into the AFL. Those guys, Wes Johnson, Dan and Roy up in Salina, Trevor up in Iowa, Steve, Jamie out in Dodge. We're those guys. I mean, we got together as a group and said, hey, we had the opportunity for the AFL, and we jumped on it because we knew that core, kind of Midwest group was absolutely legit. We had meetings, all got along, and we have the same. So from the level of the players, the coaches, staff, to owners, even to the owners in the league, from all the way from top to bottom, it is family and community, and we've got each other's backs. The other owners, we talk, we have a good time. We're, can't wait to see you again. We're going to have this meeting. And, when you get out here to Dodge City, I love you. We're going to have a great time. We're going to kick your ass. But then, hey, we go back to having each other's back. So the camaraderie has been fantastic. And I hope that answers your question, Scott. It's in a long way. I get a little long-winded. You can ask Solo. Give me a
time.
Give me a microphone. Give me a microphone.
Give him Mike. He think he's just the man of the hour.
Look, why not? Why not? He is the man of the hour.
I'm just saying, man.
He got a chance to build it up, like you said, your boy Wink did.
Listen. He doing it his way. Like, no doubt, Chris doing it his way, and the way he like to do it is just fun. He's exciting. Like, Chris has an exciting personality. He's an exciting person. You know what I'm saying? He's always happy. I ain't seen him mad, but I know he probably got a side to him work. But at the same time, the way he's building this franchise I just see that it's building in a fun way. You feel me? But it's also being business minded. You know what I'm saying? You taking care of your business, we getting stuff done, but you want to have fun. If you ain't having fun, then shit, what's the point of doing it? You know what I'm saying? So I feel like he's doing it for all the reasons he said, but also because he's just enjoying it. He's having fun. You know what I'm saying? It ain't about the money for him. Of course, you want to make money, but he ain't looking to get rich off this stuff. So that's one thing you're looking for. If you ain't worried about getting rich from it, because you're not gonna get rich from this from 1 year.
You're not. And I've been stating that from day one.
Building effort. You got to build this stuff from the ground up and wait for it to progress. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just here for it. I'm glad he got me aboard. I'm glad Brandon came on. Brad Q came on. Scott, you aboard. This journey, man, this ride we finna go on, it's finna be fun. And I don't feel like it's gonna be a one thing.
We the NFL team of Wichita, bro.
Nah, real stuff. We got some longevity. Here. And I want to be a part of it.
So the Wichita's had an AFL team in the past.
They had AF2?
Well, AF2.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, AF2.
So they were.
I was about to say when.
Yeah, they were a founding member of the AF2 back in 2001 through 2004-ish. I'm curious, have you had any sponsors? The Wichita Stealth.
So yeah, listen, the Stealth. Yeah, they played in the old arena, the old one, the Coliseum.
Yeah.
They played in the Coliseum. Carlos, my brother, shout out to Carlos Cavanaugh. He's the offensive coordinator for Salina now. He actually played for them. Quick story, man. He the one that really brought us all to Wichita from that Stealth team. They was playing there in the Coliseum and brought us in. It was like, man, come play for Wichita. I just left the Bears. I didn't know what I was gonna do. I was trying to play ball, so that's how I ended up with Wichita. But yeah, they was called the Stealth. You're right.
There you go. So has there been anybody coming, like former sponsors or fans that have hit you guys up, said, man, I remember this game? We had any of that? 'Cause it's been 20 years, so it's been a good minute.
No, I think it's been too long ago for sponsors and even a lot of fans to remember. I mean, that comes up a lot. It comes up once in a while. The Wichita Wild is the one that gets that.
Wild is big.
And that's not just to toot my own horn, but that's because you heard the name Clinton Solo Solomon. You like, oh, the Wild back or whatever, but then
here we go.
So I'm just keeping 100. When you think about the Wild, one of the top names you're gonna hear is Mike Kelly,
Randy Kelly,
Kelly Fudge, my name,
Fudge,
Dixie, you know what I'm saying, Dante Moore. So I'm just saying, like, when you mention those names, fans are gonna be like, oh, the Wild are back, and it's like just bring that same average for. Like, I was looking for my boy, what's the barbecue man name?
Bubba, man. Bubba calls me. Bubba's our guy, man.
Yeah, Bubba. Shout out to Bubba's barbecue.
I don't know if he's on here, but we love Bubba.
He was a big sponsor, you know what I'm saying, for the Wild. And it was like, I want to reach, but Bubba came out last year when I was playing, reaching back like, bro, let's bring this back. We need to get this going again. He was just excited just to see it back going. Mm-hmm. So now that we got this going, I guarantee you Bubba's going to be one of the guys in the tailgate process of trying to get stuff going.
He's already called me about it.
Yeah,
he's
I thought I seen Bubba out at the press conference when we had it.
Probably did. You probably did, bro. Bubba, I'm telling you,
He was at the press conference.
Bubba-
Yeah,
Yeah.
Bubba, because remember he was talking to me at the press conference, me and Tion. Yeah, Bubba was there. I knew. And he was hyped.
He's a big old time sponsor, man. So
Yeah.
to to piggyback off that, Scott, there's gonna be a lot of old people coming about. Just mention the wow. You know what I'm saying?
That's what it's about, though.
Yeah.
Getting again, it's about those relationships, building, get those friends back together, haven't seen each other. And like I said, that's why I'm connecting with you now.
Yeah.
It's been years. I've reconnected with you now, because it is about those relationships.
Yeah.
I stress this to people all the time. Come out when your team is doing a public appearance. Show up, hang out for a while, say hi, get to know some of these guys. One of my daughter's favorite players, she went out to some car dealership where they were doing an appearance out here, and he started playing basketball. They had a little portable basketball hoop. He started playing basketball with her. He's still one of her favorite players.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been 13 years.
Well, that's the thing, and that's we do vouchers for kids from public schools. We take vouchers to all the public schools for a free ticket, so the kids can get in there. Because one of my partners, Tion, they do a mentorship in the public schools, and he's this big muscular guy that goes in and
Mike Tyson.
Yeah, bigger maybe, but he that's his whole thing. He's got a business that is what they do. It's a nonprofit, and that's exactly what they do. And so our goal is getting out. I mean, he's out there helping these kids. He's got other guys that work for him helping these kids, and we want them to come to the games. We pass them out to the schools. Come, get a free ticket. Come in and see us. These kids, when they get there, they see these players. They don't know that this isn't the NFL. I mean, they might know the Chiefs, they might, the Jets, the Cowboys, but they don't know that these players, to them, these players are icons, and they get out there on the field with them and spend time with them and get their autographs and that's the real goal here.
Well, the reality is, for a vast majority of these kids, this is the closest thing to an NFL game they're ever going to get to.
For real.
Correct.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's unfortunate, but it's just the reality of it. I mean, one, not being an NFL city hurts, your opportunities, but then just in general, it's not cheap.
True.
Kids to be able to go to these things, this is so much better an opportunity. And great, you saw Patrick Mahomes throw for 5 touchdowns. You didn't go up and shake his hand afterwards. You didn't get an autograph. You didn't get to meet him. You just kind of waved at him from, a mile high up in the stands. This is just such a different experience, and it just leads to a lot of cool things for kids, for sure.
Yeah, so, that's the goal. Like you said, your daughter remembering that her favorite player. I mean, that's our goal, is these kids, come and be like, they're leaving for college 13 years later, and they're taking their picture of, with the player, that's signed, and people are like, who's that? Well, let me tell you,
because you can go back and think about that, Bill. You got plenty of people that hit you up about their kids, or a kid coming back. Man, you remember when I was this kid, man? I got so many pictures of people showing me on Facebook. Hey, Solo, you remember when you taking a picture of my kid? Well, now they in college. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's like, damn, why you telling me? Because now I'm showing my age. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I was gonna say. She's got her own house now out here in Independence. And she's got a bobblehead of this guy.
That's crazy.
On her entertainment center right below her TV.
Yeah,
so, awesome. It's crazy to see you grow up. But you guys mentioned Mike Tyson. I'm really disappointed in him right now.
Why?
He scheduled his next fight the same day as the Arena Bowl.
So him and Jake Paul go on Arena Bowl.
Arena Bowl.
It's on Arena Bowl night.
Yeah,
Arena Bowl night.
With all the undercards,
it's
going to be 11. It'll be 11 o'clock before they fight.
When our game over the fight, we could,
exactly. We could. That's what we could do. We could air the fight after the game.
After we win
the post game party.
Yeah.
After
that makes sense.
In Minnesota, you hear me? In Minnesota.
So actually, I did go to what was it? The Soul had an Arena Bowl the same night as the McGregor fight with. Mayweather.
Mayweather.
Yep. Same night as the Arena Bowl. And I actually I walked, I don't know, however long I had to walk to find this Philly cheesesteak place. And sure enough, they were showing it there. I got to watch it from the outside while waiting for my food to come to me.
Wow.
So yeah, it could be a post game party right there. But
It might be.
oh man, I want to see Tyson just rock him. I don't care how old he is. I want to see Tyson just rock him.
If you don't think Tyson gonna win, you a darn fool.
Have you seen his training video?
The only thing I don't think Tyson's going to win is I don't believe that Jake Paul's won a legitimate fight. So
can y'all imagine Tyson? You being that dude that Tyson hitting with that pad?
No.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. Not even. Can you imagine you being the guy in the ring that he hit? Because 9 times out of 10,
you blow me.
Most of the fighters that he done win against, after the first 2 or 3 punches, they ain't lasted unless you was a Vander Holyfield of them.
Mm-hmm.
They say when Tyson's punch is 10 times, it's like the hit of 10 fighters, bro. Come on, man, that dude is a beast.
No, he's also 60,
hey,
but I still wouldn't want to take a hit.
I'm like Ali, but you can't hit what you can't see. So you got to see me.
Float like a butterfly, like a bee.
Have you noticed every time the bell ring how aggressive that man come out? You gonna be so confused why he rushing at you like that. You ain't gonna know his moves.
Boy, I'm already out. I'm already out the ring, back in the locker room. You talking about? Fuck you, I'm already gone, baby. What y'all doing out there? I'm dressed and ready to go.
You gonna set a new record for the 40, huh?
A real question: Do y'all think Tyson taking this as a serious fight, or y'all think it's for publicity?
Nah, he taking it for real.
I guarantee he's taking it serious.
Tyson ain't going to lose. You believe that?
See, Jake Paul think this is funny.
No, Jake Paul taking the game. Nah, Tyson.
That's what I hope happens. Is Tyson takes it dead seriously, and Jake Paul blows it off as a publicity thing, and oof, man, that could be good.
Be here and Dorsey Ghost and said, "What up,
DG?"
You got Dorsey in there?
Yeah, he on my live.
Right on.
DG.
Dorsey be here and Scott said, "What up?"
Another guy been around with long time.
Yeah, Dorsey been around for a minute, for real.
A minute, ball. I told he was part of that Kansas City team. Remember, Solo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, we had a lot of old heads.
Yeah, we did, man. It was fun.
He was around Topeka. He's been around a lot of teams I've been around.
Yeah, he was the DC for Topeka last year. The last 2 years, wasn't
he? And the Phantoms too, wasn't he?
Yep, he was co-DC with Tyson the Phantoms. Yep.
So yeah, no, I've been around him a long time. But
I know y'all got an issue with. Hey, shout out to my boy D Morgan for the Iowa Rampage. He the OC over there, man. It's like a big brother to me. No matter what, I still respect my boy.
It's gonna be a fun time. I love seeing all these former AFL players coming back.
That's what's crazy, man. I'm looking across the board. I got my old quarterback Cedric Bunner in Billington. I got Donovan Morgan in Iowa. Man, it's players. You got Sip and Orlando. You got players all over the place, man. So it's going to be fun.
You got Hall of Famer and Rock over in Georgia.
Oh, he in Georgia?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He the head coach.
Yeah. Got Cedric Walker up in Billings. You got Chris Siegfried. He's great. He's West Texas.
West Texas head coach.
Oh yeah, I did say that. Yeah, I did say that. You did say that last show.
Yeah.
Oh, it's loaded.
Oh, it is loaded. And I think I've been saying it all season. Coaching is going to be huge this year. Teaching these guys a game. Who can get the guys that are going to learn the game the fastest and get their message across the fastest? Those are the ones that are going to have the advantage.
That's the thing. That's what comes the advantage of having guys that had a little bit of experience in the ALL and the NAL, having skilled players that's already been in high motion on the motion game. The biggest thing I feel like is going to be adjustment for is like the guys that's playing jack and the DBs knowing that it ain't no zone. It's just you and me. It ain't no extra DB back there. It ain't 4 DBs. Y'all can't, you know what I'm saying? It's locked down. And then on the offensive standpoint, the running game is going to be big. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of what you think. It may not seem big, but when I was watching the old AFL games, Arizona and San Jose SaberCats, they played in the conference championship game. I think that was 15. Arizona ran the ball. Mason was running the ball. You hear me?
Hey, Solo, don't let them have too much because we gotta lace them during the season.
Oh, baby, don't listen, man. Hey, don't worry about it, man. We got this sauce. We got this sauce over here cooking. You hear me?
You got the right guys.
Yeah, we're gonna run the ball.
Hey, what you say, Scott? Let them know.
You got the right guys. The running game can be effective. I mean, Derrick Ross was an absolute beast in the AFL.
Yeah,
he never did get the single game record, but he sure got the single season record.
Nah, he ran that ball hard.
Oh man,
Derrick Ross, McMillan. I done seen some ball carriers, So,
and when they do need to carry, it's important to get that yardage, whether it's the last minute of the game to keep the clock running, or to get that short yardage situation. When you finally do give them the ball, you need them to get those yards.
No, wait a minute. Am I playing running back and not quarterback?
You're doing nothing, bro. Hey, tell him he don't want to play. He don't want to play running back in this league.
No, I do not.
It really ain't no running back. You call it a fullback.
Fullback,
yeah. You technically supposed to be 290 plus at that position.
You hear me? You really need to be a lineman, but
I'm gonna have to eat some more cheeseburgers.
Hey, man.
Because most of the time, you're going to be a blocker.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just majority of that is a blocker.
I just told my big boy that's playing. Listen, you got to be athletic enough to catch a ball and run the ball, but you got to be able to pass block. If you can't pass block, ain't no point in using you.
Now, I always say one of my favorite positions in this league, and I think I'm one of the few, but I love the jack linebacker.
Man.
Hey, listen, that's a game-changing position now.
It is.
Not a
lot of people realize that.
Shout out to my boy Tanner Varner. You know he's one of the best jacks out there.
Shout out to Tanner, and I'm always going to say his name. Shout out to Zoe. I played with the best jack that ever played the game, bro, in Chicago. Listen, I done seen this man change games. You change the game from jack position, baby, for real.
I ain't gonna lie, we done been around some ballers, man, and to know the AFL game. But see, Solo, a lot of people ain't had the opportunity like we had. We done played in the AFL and the IFL, the CIF, the CPIFL.
Yeah, that's what I say. Hey, but when I look at the coaching staff, they all Hall of Famers from the AFL. I'm a Hall of Famer myself, baby. I just ain't in the AFL. It's the IFL, baby.
I ain't gonna lie to you. Shout out to Aaron Garcia. Shout out to Coach Tatis.
I'm taking
Coach Lee Johnson. Those guys taught me the arena game, man.
Yeah, for real. My boy Coach Mayfield, man, Big Mayfield. That was my dog.
Big Mayfield, man. Come on, you know Big Mayfield. He was out there.
He gonna come out here. He gonna come out here and talk to the boys for me.
Yeah.
We still got man. Victor Man gonna come on the show and talk.
Well, you know, Vic blessed up, man. If it wasn't for Vic, we wouldn't have made it through in KC if it wasn't for Vic, honestly. So I appreciate everything Vic did for us as far as helping us become men and ball players at the same time.
Nah, real talk. I just said some crazy shit.
Solo found applesauce on his pants. Did I mention he likes to eat pears? Hold on. Strawberry Crush.
Oh, man.
That's my guy, though.
Dr. Pepper, baby. Dr. Pepper. Y'all know it. That's me.
I'm sorry, my wife goes through a case a week, I swear.
Dr. Pepper?
Dr. Pepper, man,
I can drink that all day. Hey, Grandma.
Oh, your grandma made it on.
Yeah, Grandma made it on. What's up, Grandma?
Hi, Grandma.
But I mean, it's gonna be a good time. I mean, that's ultimately what it's gonna come down to. We're all gonna have a fun time. You know, win, lose, or draw. It's worth coming out for. If people haven't experienced this before, they need to. And I cannot stress enough how important it is to actually get out there and meet these coaches, meet these players, meet these owners. You know, just get to know them, because people are probably tired of hearing me say this, but it's one thing to see your team score a touchdown. It's another thing to see your friend score a touchdown. You know, it means so much more when you know that person personally and you know what it meant to them to do that.
Nail on the head, man. You absolutely.
So
absolutely.
It changes the game.
You can say I know that guy, or you can brag to a fan in the stand. Just say you know him. That I know a lot of fans that do that. That means something to them. So you right with us, guy.
Yeah, that guy came out after the game and post game tailgate. I fed him after the game.
Yeah, real talk. Me and him ate. We had a beer, whatever, you know.
Oh yeah, you know. I mean, went, was it Nashville? I've talked about losing this game, going to Nashville, and we lost the game off a bar ball, right?
Yeah.
And we ended up staying in the same hotel that the brigade were staying in, and we went down to the lobby, and here's Coach Siegfried sitting at the bar, just kind of hanging out. Nobody's happy because of the way we lost that game. And he just sat there, chilled, had a drink, chatted. It's one of the coolest nights.
Yeah.
Nothing special. We just hung out and chat the whole evening. A couple other players came in and out. A couple other coaches came in and out. That's why I love the Arena Bowl. All the people we get to see at that event.
Yeah.
I've had some amazing experiences at Arena Bowl. And if you're a fan of this game, make plans now to go to this game. Go to the Arena Bowl. Because it's going. What these guys have planned, I can tell you it's going to be huge. I don't know all the details, but it's going to be big. They're setting up some good stuff this year.
Yep.
So
the cool thing about that, man, I feel like of course we want the Regulators to be there. I want to be there. But I feel like a small market team just getting to experience that atmosphere, it's gonna be cool for them to get that just to be on that stage. Because the AFL was always known for big cities, as we was talking about earlier. A lot of some small market cities as ourselves in Billings and Salina and Topeka, whatever. Dodge City. Just to have that opportunity to be on that stage in Minnesota, man, that's gonna be live to have one of those teams there. And I feel like we got a chance to do that, but it's a long way from them. But just to hear you say what they got in store for us is gonna be big. And just to think about those small market teams that got a chance to be on that stage and actually seeing that, but that's gonna be fun.
We're gonna have an all-star game.
I heard about that too, man. I'm trying to listen. That's gonna be lit.
We ain't had a all-star game since the IFL.
You hear me? I was like, they get an all-star game? That shit crazy.
Come on, man.
All-star game. That shit crazy.
I'm there. Like, sign me up. Let's go.
I wonder if they're gonna do it like the Pro Bowl, like they did like a team, like different types of like events during the course of it. Like have a dodgeball game on the field, have shit like that,
Yeah, they have done a skills competition in the past. But from what I'm hearing, it's going to be just a straight all-star game. I don't know if it's going to be like the Sunday after the game or how they're going to do it yet. I haven't quite gotten all those details, but man,
that's cool.
It's going to be a good time. So we got coaches even now are going to have to compete to try to get that honor.
Yeah. Well, that's what I said. Regardless if we ain't in the Arena Bowl, we gonna be at the Arena Bowl, and we gonna be the all-star coaches. I feel like our staff, our ownership, we might get franchise of the year. It's just hey, you stay ready. You better get ready, or you got to get ready, man. Stay ready or get ready. I'm telling you, because we coming.
We coming, baby. I'm for real. I'm telling y'all, man. I brought my Louis luggage. It's full, baby.
And we ain't leaving. You hear me? I told you I had the 3D glasses on.
Gotta have a thumbprint. Nah, man, for real, we good. We good. Let's get this rocking.
So looking at the schedule, I think you guys have the most travel-friendly schedule out of everybody.
I know, man. The lead is catered to us, man. I think Lee and Travell said, just come on, Wichita, put yourself on the map.
Mm-hmm. It's the furthest game is at Billings.
Billings our furthest game. First game. Yeah. So
you can get that one knocked out. And then the next furthest is Minnesota. That's not even that far.
About 10, 11 hours by car.
Is it even that much?
Mm-hmm. No, it's not even that much, Chris. It's about 8 hours by car.
Hey, guys, why are you talking about driving?
I know. We flying to Minnesota and Billings.
No.
We flying.
I threatened to make him drive up to the media day this weekend. I was like, "You can drive solo." He's like, "Oh, no.
I need to fly."
So, that's it's just looking at schedule. That's nice. There's nothing too out of bounds, and that's also the beauty of this division. We talked a little bit about this last night with Iowa's. 6 of your games are all super easy drives for everybody in the division.
Yeah.
And, man, you can't beat that. No one else has that kind of luxury.
Nah, for real.
And I think we got Wichita and Salina are kind of getting the best of all of that, right, being right in the middle of everybody.
Yeah.
So, it's – man, like I said, you couldn't ask for a better situation, especially coming from smaller markets where, flights aren't easy.
Mm-mm.
If you're trying to come from Orlando to Dodge City – there's no real easy way to do that, you know.
No, you're right.
So,
Yeah, you're right. Shit. That's another
so
wow.
yeah, and yeah, it's a little bit of a trick, but it's not that far, to hop on a bus and go out there. Even Kansas City, I'm looking at getting out to Dodge City a couple times. So, man, it's just a cool opportunity for fans. Definitely. As we talked about, I've traveled a whole bunch of road games. Do it. Go out there. It's a cool experience. Yeah, they're going to get, you're going to get razzed. You're going to get people, talking crap. I mean, that's just how it is, but
That's part of the fun.
it is. It is. And I'll throw it back at them just as much as anybody. And honestly, for the markets I've been to, everybody's cool. There's a couple cities that I'd rather not go back to, and they're not in our league.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
It's good to see. It's just good. Like I said, I'm very happy with who we have in this group, and just the kind of direction. What's your long term thought for all this? You think is this going to make it? Is we're going to be here talking about this 10 years from now, doing the?
That a question for me?
Yeah, well, you're the one with the money, so.
I don't know about that.
Tell him again, Scott.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
The long-term plan is, I think, is fundamentally based on what we do, laying the groundwork. And in 10 years, by God, if it's up to me, you're damn right. We're going to be having the same conversation in 10 years and talking about history and the players and, last season and what we're doing next season. Yeah, that is, I see that 100%. We have faith in the league. We have faith in other teams. We have faith in our staff, players, coaches. This is, I'll do everything I can to make sure that we're still here in 10 years.
Hey Scott, just think about this. We gotta speak that in existence. But in 10 years, we can be doing this show doing this coaching show on a real TV show. You feel me? Like
I'm all for it.
you building stuff like this,
ESPN,
man, like real time.
I got to polish this up if I'm going to be hosting these kind of things on.
No, that's the thing though. In 10 years, we gonna be so polished. It's gonna be other teams trying to do what we doing.
If we can get a few more shows like Scott, me and you had when we broke the internet with Coach with Hutton,
mm-hmm.
I think we might be on the right track.
So yeah, we're doing things the right way. It's a matter of just getting the name out there, getting people watching. I mean, I've seen watching our numbers tonight. I think active eyes. I've seen up to 80 something on here. That's people coming and going too. So.
It's still building up. Like I think once I left over our other situation, and we stopped the show for a couple of weeks. It kind of threw people for a loop. So now we're building the crowd back up, getting them going. Plus, I got Solo and us about to start the Regulators show with Chris Voss and Shady Sports Network, bringing that out. So. We're gonna do a little few things. I got a few people trying to get us to do some radio stuff. So you're gonna hear us, you're gonna see us, you're gonna feel us, and you're gonna want to be us.
You got to make it unavoidable. That's what it comes down to. Yeah, everywhere you turn, you gotta get. I mean, I'm sitting there wearing Columbus Destroyer shirt. Yeah, and this is nothing exciting. I think it's a freebie at one of the games I went to. These are the kind of you just get people wearing that stuff and get them out on the town. Oh, hey, yeah, how were those games? I see you went to one. It builds. It snowballs.
That's all right. They better not let me get no merch because I'm gonna bring it back to Kansas City and flood Kansas City with some Wichita Regulator merch.
There we go. There we go. I'm gonna need something to wear on the show here. I've just been rotating through all my old AFL gear for all these different shows, so I got plenty of it. So that's not a problem.
You don't got a Wichita jersey yet, do you? Huh?
I do not. So
you got almost every AFL jersey, but Wichita. So we're gonna have to change that.
I don't know about every. There's a whole lot of teams, but I got a decent little collection.
I looked in that closet. You got over 40 jerseys.
I got a good chunk.
Yeah,
that's for sure. So it's somewhere back here. I got my Barnstormer one. That's my prize right there. That one. blocked for Kurt Warner last time I saw the field. So,
but I told you what I tell you. Anywhere Coach B go, we the new greatest show on turf. So you know we that in Wichita. You gonna see our offense put up them numbers.
But I keep telling you, this show, baby, we always gonna be the greatest show on turf. It no matter where it was, it's the system, baby.
You hear me?
I'm breaking
Can
the
you hear
system.
me?
got to put up the numbers and put up the banners. That's the thing. The numbers and the banners.
Hey, we got this, baby. We're gonna be rocking this show and go. We got it.
Hey, for real, everybody tune in because you know you're gonna need some popcorn, you're gonna need some jujubes, some bonbons, all that, because we're gonna put on a show.
Well, and this show in particular, we're going to keep bringing in different people each week.
Yes,
Shout out to our girl Jen for wanting to come on the show, though. She do want to come on.
Okay. Hey, I'm game. Anybody we want to bring on. I know we talked about bringing Vic on. I'd love to have him. But, you know, it's all about the stories. All about the people, all about the stories, all about the relationships. And that's kind of what I want to show on here. And then come the season, take a portion of this time, break down the game.
Yes, sir.
Break down the game and then bring on somebody and chat it up some more.
So, we're gonna try to get all our front office taken care of these next few weeks. Get them in here, introduce y'all to our front office, let y'all see who the people is, who's building this up and who's doing it, and giving us an opportunity.
So, one more question for you, Chris.
Yeah.
So 10 years, you want to still be around. I like that. Let's take it down a bunch of notches. We start with 16 teams. What are the odds we finish with 16 teams?
I feel like that's a trap question.
Well, I mean, I'm hoping it's 100%. We're definitely finishing with 16 teams.
I think there's been a lot of I've seen some speculation like are they going to finish with 16 teams? I have a lot of faith. I have the utmost faith in the commissioners with the AFL and the staff. They have been on top of things, and they have the same kind of passion that our ownership does, and so I've got the utmost faith in them. They're going to do what they have to do to make sure this thing ends with 16 teams and with all of us, successful. So, yeah, I laugh because I say, like, is that a trap question? Because I keep seeing a lot of people like, oh man, they're going to make it. They're going to make it. Mm-hmm. I believe they will. I believe they can do everything they can. Yeah.
Off season, whatever happens. I'm not going to make any. I'm not making any claims that hey, everybody's going to be back in 2025 because stuff happens. But like I said, I'd love to see us start and end with the same amount of teams. Nice, solid. No games missed.
Right.
Clean across the board.
Absolutely.
That's success as far as I'm concerned.
I think the league made a big move by showing us that they committed, and we're gonna have a good season and commit and finish with everybody when they picked up Philadelphia.
That's big. That's why I said it when in doubt, like you said, we're gonna start with 16, finish with 16, whether the league got to come in and help out or not.
Them picking up Philadelphia like that was big. So to piggyback off what Chris said, just have faith that they're gonna do their job and continue doing what they've been doing and showing us things like that they're trying to make things happen and continue to.
And then from what I gathered, that Philly thing, it's not even so much. It sounds like it's very much a mutual parting.
Yeah.
Philly owners had a thing their way. The league had a thing their way. Neither one of those two things lined up. So it's like, hey, let's just do our own thing now.
Yeah.
And you know what? That's the way to go. It's not a screw you, I'm out, bail on the team. It's just both sides wanted this, and that's good. That's kind of the ideal situation. So, we lost Coach B there, but
we about to lose the boss man too. We gotta get going.
Yep. I don't want to keep y'all too much longer. Thank you again so much for your time. It's been
Scott, appreciate you having us, man.
So let's. I'm going to go ahead and end it here, but. Again, thanks for coming on. If you want to hang on the line for just a minute, I want to catch you when we get offline. But thanks again for coming on, Coach B. I know you're watching somewhere. Thanks for coming with us. Everybody in the chat, appreciate y'all jumping in. And we'll see y'all next week.
Mount up.
Regulators. Mount up.